Hey everybody, today we have another listener, an interior designer business owner just like you, who sent us in an anonymous voicemail. So let's hear what she has going on in her business right now and hopefully give some live coaching and support right here on this episode.
Hey, Evelyn and Shayna, it's Hannah. I love the show. It is just perfection, and I'm really looking forward to hearing your input on my question. So, I've had a business for a long time, and I haven't had to worry about getting business for quite a while. And recently, things have just slowed significantly, and I'm not booking as many projects as I used to. So, what is the fastest way to drum up new business when this happens?
Okay, first of all, I'm dying. You said your name. Thank you, Hannah, for your not so anonymous voicemail. And also thank you so much for your compliments about the podcast. But let's move on to what you're really asking us about.
Yes, drumming up business quickly. Love you, dude. Just quick shout out. Now, I will state that we're going to go wide net here because we have a lot of listeners, even though we can go very specific with you and we do have a specific plan in play, right? Mostly everything in marketing is about consistency. So everything that we're implementing, we want to make sure that we are sticking to the plan.
Yeah.
Evelyn,
go back and listen to the episode, Why Your Marketing Isn't Working Yet, and the lead generation, Are You Really Ready episodes, because we're going to really go into like our thought process behind marketing, all the what's and whys. And so if this question resonates with you, those two episodes will be hugely helpful. But Hannah's question specifically is like, okay, even if I get all that, even if I've been doing it or if I haven't been doing it or whatever, I need business today. What am I going to do? Different question.
right. So there's two sides of things. The opportunity to close projects and the amount of projects out of that you get that you actually want and you want to close. And I find a lot of times when there is maybe a consistency in the industry where things are slowing down, people are making decisions at a slower pace or not investing as much in that interior design space, what you have to do is become very flexible with the services you are willing to offer. And by diversifying that level of service and casting a wider net, you might not be getting or working with or executing the things you want to do, but you can start bringing in work. And one more thing I'll say to that, because I had another same call this morning with someone on this, is sometimes you drop your pants. Sometimes we are billing at 200 and it is a little bit of a slow down season. You can not change time, but you can reduce rates. You can be transparent. You can point back to a bunch of jobs that didn't close and say, hey, there's opening in the schedule and we are willing to reduce our hourly rate or our fee based off of this defined scope to X. Maybe you can go get the people that you outpriced a little bit and just by dropping that rate structure. So some immediate,
Existing
immediate
clients
things
is a great way to get money today.
Yep.
Going back to clients that did not close and renegotiating is a great way to drum up business today. Is it going to be your North Star ideal project? Maybe not. But if you're coming to this voicemail saying, I'm slow and I need business, maybe that's okay. And also, I think designers often feel really alone in this feeling. Like Shayna and I are unique because we get the perspective of talking to designers every day and feeling a trend in the industry that many people are down. When you, Hannah, I love using your real name. Thanks again for being so brave. When you are sitting there feeling like it's just your business or it's just me or what am I doing wrong or why am I not closing? You're not seeing that people across the board aren't spending their money as confidently or whatever it is. It feels very lonely.
Yeah.
But when you have that perspective, be like, no, this is the world right now. This is the industry right now, whatever. Let's just make our decisions differently. I feel like it gives you this freedom to be like, okay, I am going to go back. And you know what? Some people are like, well, I feel like 2 follow-ups is fine. I don't want to feel desperate. If they want to work with me, they will. Maybe this is the time where you follow up a little bit more and you're desperate is not a bad thing. I want the business. I'm looking to grow. I want to keep my pipeline consistent. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Be more flexible. Find things, there's always another different conversation I had, think about how many people you don't want to work with. That is consistent. how many designers have said to me, I only want to do full service, and I am trying to break the mold of that mindset. Like we are missing sales because of that mindset. And that's okay. That's a vision. That's a specific decision you are making.
Yep.
But if you are trying to grow a company and you are trying to make sure that even when it's slow, your bottom line is always covered, the small jobs that no one wants, you can just start collecting those. And 10 small jobs equals one large job that may have come in the door, and financially gives you that kind of consistency in the cushion, so that now all of your other marketing systems can also be consistent. And that's the big thing. So I would say that internally, like you said, internally looking at what you've lost and trying to renegotiate is probably the absolute fastest thing, and or blasting out to your existing network, right? That you have this capacity and you're offering this promotional rate, right? For this specific period for clients that are inquiring through. And we have a very wide, flexibility. Maybe you state your minimum fees, like to work with you or something like that, but go internal first, fastest way. Upsell the existing client. Fastest way, right? Especially if you have someone who's looking to move faster or get more done, or it's not really about the money. It's just about being able to keep up with them. Awesome. Second thing I would say is the the pay for lead platforms, Bark, Thumbtack. I don't know what else we'd really throw out there.
But we've talked about why we don't love them.
Yeah. But there are these platforms, right? I would say what's important is that you are willing to sell very small services, because the large majority of leads that come through there are people wanting to spend less than $3,000, right? Yeah. Would you say you've seen a lot of those leads, in evaluating?
I've seen higher value leads
100%
in terms of percentage. Yeah.
75% are
that whole
low.
part of the conversation we just had about being flexible. You're like, no, I'm not there. I'm not willing to do that. Then you're going to be paying for a lot of leads you're not going to service.
Yeah. But quick leads, you can pay for them, right?
Yep.
But we have to figure out a way that we can try to grab the majority, and bring value to these small sales. Like, I've challenged our team internally to start looking at AI, because this is a big thing, industry trend going on right now. People are slow. Heck, we see it in our business where we don't have as many clients needing support, new clients needing support, or clients slightly slowing down, right? So I would say there is definitely a trend going on in that. So I am challenging us internally, like, what can AI do very quickly to give a consumer a really awesome visual experience with a ton of value in a short amount of time, so you can create sales less than $3,000. That's like what I would be challenging anyone right now to be creating, so that every opportunity can lead to a close. Even if you're collecting a chunk of small things you don't want, the trend will shift. It always does. And by the way, you still have 25% of, even if you were paying for leads, I would say the ratio is like 25% of what you're paying for is that client you are looking for, in the full service. It's not that they're not happening. They're definitely happening, so, and things always shift, but immediate sales, that's my second step. My second step is likely, if I had a small amount of money, I'd be buying leads and I'd be closing absolutely every single person I possibly could, even if that's breaking rules, like compensating intakes, right? Like, I hate to say, like, I don't know why I say drop your pants. It makes absolutely no sense, like, in what that actually even means. But I've been always saying it, like, oh, sometimes I just drop my pants, about to money's like, what? Like, where's it?
Maybe
like,
because
what
it
is
feels
that?
like a little bit embarrassing or like
I
degrading.
don't even know. Like, that's so weird. But it's like, if you gotta decrease your pricing, you're dropping your pants. Like, I don't know. But I've said it to Hannah too. Like, she's gonna listen to this and laugh, because I have literally said it to her before years ago. Like, sometimes you just gotta drop the pants, like, and you can't change time, but we can change rates, and we can bring the money in and just close it.
To keep the
if
lights
we
on
need
jobs,
money.
and then there's the inspire you, spark.
Lose the
light
pride. You need
jobs.
money, lose the pride. Lose the pride, fill the pipeline, re-kick your fees back up, and keep going. Business is good and busy. You don't have to reduce at that time. But if you need the job, right, you take every lead that you can get. You look internally. then you go pay for them. And while you're doing both things, I think the third biggest, most important thing, because you can change the game in a year. Heck, I said this to a client of ours and in 3 months of heavy networking, she made a big investment deal. Like networking is the absolute key to finding your partnerships that are going to build your outside sales funnel so that you have referral business coming in. Or now when you're slow, you could go to other business owners and possibly offer them something you would never probably be willing to do. The millwork shop who needs extra support on drafting or whatever the case may be, or needs a little bit of design support with their clients because it drives them absolutely freaking nuts to get their clients to make decisions, manage the visual experience. They just want the design done, right? So networking, building relationships. The biggest thing I say with networking is you're networking to meet people and find out if they have a problem you can solve. You're obviously not doing this all in one sitting, or that would be absolutely asinine. The first is a meet and greet, get to know services, things like that. You can leave them with that question. What's like the biggest challenge working with your clients, or the thing that you can't stand or your biggest bottleneck? And then just take that as a takeaway. Let that meld in your brain. Is that something a service you can offer, a way you can
craft?
Yeah, a way you can integrate yourself and intertwine your services so that you're both supporting each other, and maybe you're only getting a little bit of what you want, but that allows you to build a relationship direct with the client and upsell to greater services. I would call them seed sales, little tiny seed sales through relationships. Be a socialite. I've said this to Hannah.
Take that from them. What is the challenge? And leave them with, who are you looking to talk to? The more specific you can be about who your people are, what they need, what they're looking for, what you offer, what you serve, the more specific it is for them to be able to say, oh, I know that person. I'm going to introduce you to. I'm an interior designer. Let me know if you know anybody. They're not sending you a single introductory email because it's like, I know a million people that own homes, whatever it is. The more specific you can be, the easier it is for someone to put those thoughts together and go like, hey, yeah, I can shoot you an email to this person that made me thought of. Ding, ding, ding.
Relationship building is what it is. Being consistent, showing up builds trust, like locking into a routine, everything around marketing, realistically, everything around everything is routine and consistency. Like that's what it is. So if we have all of these systems in place in a routine, in consistency, we're networking, we're building relationships. As Evelyn said, there's a whole other podcast we go in on this by maintaining the communication through newsletters.
Having your CRM so that if we say, go upsell your current clients, go email all your past clients, go email all the leads that you haven't closed. You're like going through your Gmail to find those people. Go listen to those episodes. We want to be setting these systems up so that when you get to these slower periods, you have the tools to do all these things that we're talking about.
Yep, exactly. So as a recap, network, look internally, drop your pants and decrease your fees if you need to. Get naked, people! Just get naked. It works. No, just kidding. This is a whole other show we're talking about. No, don't get that desperate. Please, God, come to us.
Interior design after dark.
No, but all the things, right? Fastest way, look on the inside, get consistent with your conversations on the outside. That's all I'd say.
Yeah. And be kind to yourself and don't get yourself in that spiral of this is just me. I'm doing something wrong, whatever the case may be. Other designers on social media look like they're doing fine. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes of those businesses. All you can do is keep your head down, keep pushing through, be consistent. It'll shift.
Yeah, 100%. Today, we answered the question that so many designers are too afraid to ask out loud. What do I actually do when the work slows down? And what did we learn? Panicking is not the answer. Neither is spiraling or assuming that something is broken in your business. The answer is get strategic, get flexible, and get moving.
Remember, slow seasons don't happen to bad businesses, they happen to all businesses. What separates the designers who come out stronger on the other side is not luck, it's not connections, and it's definitely not magic. It's the foundation they built before things got quiet. The systems, the relationships, the CRM with their leads inside. This foundation is what makes every single strategic move that we discussed today actually possible.
So here's your next step. Go internal first. That's your fastest path to revenue right now. Look at every lead that didn't close. Look at every past client who might be ready for phase 2. Look at every existing client you could be doing more for. Reach out, be willing to renegotiate, be willing to flex on your fees. If that is what it takes, keep the pipeline moving forward. You can raise your rates again when the season shifts, and it will shift. But right now, your job is to close what is in front of you.
And while you're working on the existing pipeline, get out there and network. Show up consistently, build the relationships, find out what problems the people around you are trying to solve, and figure out if you're the person who can solve them. We have seen designers do 3 months of intentional, consistent networking and completely change the trajectory of their business. The referrals that come from those relationships are the ones that sustain you long after this slow season is over.
And if today's episode resonated with you, please help us reach more designers just like you by taking a moment to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you are listening. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. And remember, you can send us your anonymous voicemails at fordesignerbusiness.com. Maybe you're in a slow season and you don't know your next move. Maybe you've tried networking and it just hasn't clicked. Whatever your question is, send it in and you just might receive free coaching on a future episode.
Listen, the designers who make it through the slow seasons are not the ones who waited for the phone to ring. They're the ones who picked it up. They went back to their leads, they showed up for their network, they got flexible, stayed consistent, and kept building, even when it felt like nothing was happening. That is the playbook, and now you have it.
So take action today. Go internal, get flexible, network consistently, and give yourself some grace because this season will not last forever, and you are not in it alone. If you need us, we're here. Let's build this together. Until next time, keep designing and keep dreaming.
Let's get it.